Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them about their brother, Lazarus, who had died. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him, but Mary sat at home. And Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise." And Martha said to him, "I know he will rise in the resurrection of the dead." Jesus told her, "I am the resurrection and the life, and whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And anyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I have come to believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world." The Gospel of the Lord.
When we read about in the Gospel of John about Martha and Mary, it seems like Martha gets kind of like a bad press because she's busy and she doesn't have time to sit at the feet of Jesus. But here you see a different picture, how beautiful and faith-filled she is, that when she has this encounter with Jesus to go out to meet him, she says, where is it? "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." And in context, it's a statement of faith. On the other hand, when someone dies in a family, you could get a different nuance to this phrase. Why wasn't God here when my brother died? But that's not what she does. But you could say that. And you could understand why someone would say that. And in the case of a death in the family, we encounter many situations in our life where they are completely out of our control. And we ask ourselves, where is God in this? Or maybe like Martha, God, if you were here, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Or if you would only come, maybe I could find an answer here. And yet Jesus does come. He enters into the scene in the same way as he enters into the scene of our life. And Martha never really directly asks Jesus to raise her brother from the dead. She never really asks that question. She simply says, "If you were here, you would not have died." And she says, "I know you are the resurrection and the life." You could see this beautiful faith saying, "I trust you so much that I trust even that if he is dead, there's more because you told me that. I trust you that much." It's a hope and a trust that goes beyond the situation we're in that we can't control. Where at some point we just have to throw up our hands and say, "Jesus, I have nowhere else to go. I just got to throw it all at your feet. I'm stuck. It's up to you. Let's see what happens. I trust you." This is a great act of faith. And Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. All life is contained in Jesus. All life is from Jesus. All life goes to Jesus. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, the most horrible of fate that we could imagine, death, even if he dies, will live. And anyone who lives and believes in me will never die. And so Martha is invited to put her trust completely in Jesus, which she does. And then they go to the home and in the tomb, and they find Lazarus dead. After a few days, I have come to believe, she would say, that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world. And here is the answer in the situation where we have no control. This is where we go as people of faith, as difficult as it may be. We turn back to Christ with these words, I've come to believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world.
Regina Celi, let